Today we continue our discussion of magic. And I would like to talk to you really about one of the secret ingredients which people have talked about for at least a couple of thousand years, and that is essentially faith. Faith being the idea that you believe in something, that you believe in. Faith, in the way I'm talking about it, is that you trust, essentially. Trust that things will work out. And the real magic is when we begin to realize we're not this body. We're not just this body. Of course, we have the body, and to some degree we identify with it. So in many ways we say, this is me, or I'm suffering when some part of the body is suffering. But let us take a higher point of view, one where we realize that we are actually broader and bigger than that. And if we could do that, then I think it would be easy to have the faith it requires to feel comfortable in challenging circumstances. I think just knowing that you are not going to ever die puts death in a whole new category. That all of us are walking around feeling lonely. And there has been a training, an earth training here, that you need to be something other than who you are to be. And so you can see here on this planet, in this place, that's going to be common. We're not going to feel totally accepted. But it seems that if you can disidentify with just being a human being, perhaps you can be part of that spirit world where the magic really happens. The spirit world where things are not governed by the physical universe exactly. Think of it, whatever you're doing there must be in some way acceptable. We must be acceptable at that level. I think what's really true is that this world as it is, we as we are, one of the greatest gifts we can give to it is a sense of acceptance. To the one who is the criminal and the one who's the saint, to the politician and the person who has left society, to give acceptance to each one of them. A part of the practice of being able to see yourself as not being a body could be this practice of seeing everyone as acceptable. Maybe you don't agree with them. Maybe you need to put limits on their behavior. Maybe there's a vote you will or will not cast for them. But somewhere in there needs to be a heartfelt, not necessarily mind-felt, a heartfelt acceptance of them. I think if we really want to practice magic, think of that. Think of seeing everybody as acceptable. Would that not be magic in and of itself? Suddenly they would look different. They would be acceptable. How weird would that be? That you lived in a world where you were in a state of broad acceptance for all the people you see. And perhaps we could even get to the point where we cease to judge all that's going around us, that we live in a state of mystery and wonder, or at least in a sense of quietude, that our minds no longer are fighting against what we see around us. It seems to me, for our own sanity, for our own sense of well-being, that we will cease to make judgment our practice and move toward the sense of acceptance. Move toward a state of accepting other people. And I think to some degree, if you practice that with others, you'll come to a state of acceptance about yourself. And this is real magic. Wouldn't that be like a transformation? Wouldn't that be like the much more important than pulling a rabbit out of the hat? You'd be pulling happiness out of the hat. You'd be pulling peace out of the hat. You'd be pulling a graciousness that comes with self-acceptance out of the hat. How cool would that be? I think the next thing that would also give us room to have is a greater sense of faith. That we could trust that no matter what is happening or what will happen in the future, that we'll be okay. Because we're not limited by our inadequacies. We are completely adequate. When we have faith, one of the things that happens is that we are open to the possibilities. The possibilities seem to be more present. We see them more clearly. We are not like dull with pain, as though we had stubbed our toe on life. We are open to all the possibilities. And faith actually becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy to some degree. That we believe everything will be okay, and it is okay. And if things do not seem like they have unfolded into okayness yet, we are still believing in the future, that it will happen. We are not limited by this body, nor by the time that we spend on earth. We are eternal beings. As eternal beings, we can trust. Sooner or later, all that has been a problem shall be transformed. And in that transformation, we shall be released from our worries and our concerns, because we will have moved beyond them. And that we have been chosen because we have been created. We have been accepted because we are part of. We have been embraced because we are one with the all that is. So let us be at peace. Practice faith. Give ourselves to the magic of believing, and let that which is true, transcending the body true, be true for us while we're in the body.